What's the deal? My name is Dale Colvin. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. We've got a good show today. We are talking about Bill Maher, the N-word guy.
Return of the mac and cheese return. No, I'm playing. I like that commercial on BK. I do. I'm sorry. I had to say.
Wait, what? That's funny. I didn't know that.
Return of the mac and cheese. I like that. The commercial. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to start that shit off like that. I like that commercial.
I gotta check it out. That's my song, man.
But yeah, man. I'm just gonna say it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's the return of the King, Anthony, unmummified.
Okay, go ahead, Liani.
Liani Perez, how are you? Unmummified?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, what happened? Someone added water and you became...
No, it's not a chia fucking pet.
No, he don't got toilet paper stuck to the bottom of his shoe no more.
Alright.
Hi, everyone.
Everybody gotta
What's
lean
up,
in.
y'all? Live. So, yeah, Bill Maher, man, it seems like...
What happened with Bill Maher, man?
You know.
What did Bill Maher do?
This time, huh?
What did he do? What did Bill Maher do?
So he was talking to some dude.
He was talking to a senator.
Some senator?
Yep.
And senator said something about, what, picking cotton or something?
No. He said he'd like to visit his state. He was a senator. And he said, yeah, come on, we can work the fields.
Oh.
And he said, work the fields.
Nebraska more. You're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us. Work in the fields? That's part of that. That's Senator. I'm a house nigga. No, it's a joke. Thank you.
So he said he's not a field Negro, he's a house Negro.
Right. And the look on the senator's face, you can tell, like, and then some people were like stunned. They're like, he's like, it's just a joke, guys. And then people started clapping.
No.
And then after the math, the senator put on his Twitter, he goes, I wish I was be a little bit quicker and I would have put Bill Maher in his place. He felt that he was very offended.
Well,
by that.
So what you think, though? What you think about it? I got my thoughts. What you think?
I got my thoughts too.
Let me hear it.
Ladies first.
Go ahead.
Ladies first.
I feel that he was, because the three of us are comedians, and and sometimes things are from the hip. I think it was a mistake. I think he was just trying to be funny, and I didn't think he meant it that way. I think he should have probably not choose that word. He regrets it now, and he did apologize for it. So I really feel, as a person that you know, when you're on stage, I'm sorry, but that's just my feeling. Like, I really feel like he didn't mean to say it that way to be offensive. I thought he was trying to be funny because he's a comedian. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Because I've been there where I've seen comedians say things and half the audience leaves because it's offensive.
I'm about to hit it with the Westbrook.
Go ahead, hit me. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna hit it with the Westbrook.
Go.
What?
Oh, dear Lord.
you niggas tripping, yo. I'm out.
No, that's how it is. Like, if you're in the supermarket, they can call you a nigga as long as they go, you know?
Now,
Yo, real talk.
CNN should have bleeped it out.
Real talk.
Let's.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? I'm a comedian and I love to be edgy and I love to say some stuff that's a little bit whatever, but there's a time and a place for it. And I mean, let's be real. Bill, you wrong. It was wrong, Bill.
It was wrong.
It was wrong, and there's no excuses for it.
It was wrong. Go ahead. I'm not saying it was right. Let's just correct myself.
There's no excuses for it or nothing like that, man. You can never be a white person in his position to even say things like that. You don't struggle. You know what I mean? To do comparisons amongst each other with a senator.
Our standards are low as hell. We have no standards, man. We have no standards no more.
Yeah. I'm a house Negro. I'm a house nigga.
He said that word.
Well, I'm a house nigga to say that, dude. You probably own like 5 or 6 houses. Mm-hmm. What? I'm sorry, man. Nah, man. You don't get no pass. You don't get no love. You don't get no nothing. Me personally, you need to get fired, yo. If what's her name?
Griffin.
No.
Kathy Griffin?
No, not I like Kathy Griffin.
I like her too.
And I'm glad she did that shit.
But
anyway, What's the one?
So we have something to compare to. So
No, we're not comparing.
Yes,
Let
we
me
are.
finish, man. Damn.
Go.
The woman that was always putting extra butter on cakes and pies and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, she got fired, right?
Yeah, Martha Stewart.
No, not Martha
No,
Stewart.
no.
Her,
The other one.
yeah, her,
The butter girl.
Yeah, what's her name? Paula Deen.
Paula Deen.
Yeah.
Paula Deen. If Paula Deen got clapped for saying Negro or nigga years ago, and don't get me wrong, she can fry some chicken, Bill, you got to lose your job too, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to lose your job. Aha, is the joke. No, the joke's on you. Clap his job. If you did it to Paula Deen, let's stay in tradition. If you did it to Paula Jean and the red
Paula
and
Deen's
the
racist.
and the LA Clippers dude,
And he was racist.
Yeah, stick to what you do. Clap them jobs, baby. You got to clap them too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be
I
picking
don't
and
think Bill Maher's
choosing.
racist.
He's not racist.
I don't think he's racist. I think he was trying to be funny and he just used the wrong term.
Okay, no. Okay, and
I agree, Sarah Barbosa. The word should not be used. That's why I have a hard time saying it.
the word should not be
what?
used. Period.
The
What?
N-word should not be
Man,
used. It's got a negative connotation.
Yeah, you know why?
Nobody should use it.
No,
Black or
I know
white.
you should use it because nobody really knows where the word came from and what it really means. You don't want me to go there.
So what?
Because some of y'all don't know what the word really means, where it even came from. You got to understand that if people will use your best word and flip it and make it derogatory and negative, just like a swastika. When you see a swastika, you think Nazi, but the swastika was not the Germans first. So
back to Bill.
when you learn your history, you should know a word. The N-word is a beautiful word. It is a beautiful word if you know the history of it. And most of y'all think y'all know the history of it. You only know the history to Latin. The Latin language. You don't know before that. So if you want a history lesson, inbox me. I'll tell you. Anyway. But nah, man, he's wrong. He should get fired, and that's it.
That's it.
He should. You did it to Paula Deen. You did it to the other one. You know what I'm saying? Look at the dude, Seinfeld dude. With what's his Gary Kramer. You don't. Hey, if you're gonna be playing by the rules, that's the rules you make. Hey, he should get fired. He should get fired too. They've been firing all the other celebrities. When they say it or they do something derogatory, right? Shoot, look at Kathy Griffin. She can't even say, she can't have a picture of Donald Trump. Not to be, we don't like to go there, but Donald Trump with his head cut off. But it was okay when everybody put Obama hanging him and choking him and hunging him. No, not one person said shit. They let Obama get hung. I don't know how many times. He got hung so much. I was like, damn, dog, you don't want to ever be around ropes. Never. Nobody did nothing. Who said something about let's be real. When Obama was going through that, did anybody say shit?
Not that I know of.
No. As soon as Kathy Griffin cuts off Donald Trump's head, everybody gets all emotional.
Not me.
I laughed. I thought it was great.
That's it. It's just when you.
I wish I could have high-fived her through the fucking.
It's about media. And
I'm
it's
swearing
about,
a lot.
about,
Hold up.
Yeah, well,
I have my perspective on it.
Yeah, that was
So, all right. When I first saw it, right, it was presented to me after the fact.
I probably owe another one. I probably owe two. There you go.
I'm gonna donate this. So, it was presented. I didn't see it live. I saw it after the fact, right? So I saw it on YouTube. And my initial reaction is, I'm a comic. I see humor in everything. Like I could say this. I can say, technically, from a technical joke writing perspective, that was brilliant timing. I just think it was.
Wrong.
Wait. Let me finish,
Wrong place,
bro.
though.
Let me finish.
I think it's wrong place.
Let me finish. So it was. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you this. If it was me, I probably would have said that. Because that's how you know how I think and how I talk. I probably would have said that.
What?
Now, let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
I just said what? I just said what?
Stop.
I already saw it. Go ahead.
Stop. What's it called?
Westbrook and you?
Stop Westbrooking me.
What?
But now here's the thing. First of all, he can't get fired because, from my understanding, that's his show, right? So it's like that's like someone saying Anthony should be fired off the podcast or something. That Fox or whatever is not putting us on this podcast, so we can't get fired. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, another layer to it. Should he have said that? That's a different question. Should he have said that? Was it insensitive? Was it a smart move for him? That's a different story. Perhaps. You know what? Whether it's a smart move for him or not, it's not really in my interest because I don't really have an interest in Bill Maher. You know, should Bill Maher not have said that? Whatever. Did it really bother me? It didn't really bother me. I guess I'm gonna tell you this. I'm so used to people taking a shot at black folks that I guess that you could say that's pretty sad. Like, it didn't even faze me. Like, I looked at it, I was like, yep, Bill Maher's tripping again. You know what I'm saying? Bill Maher's tripping. White people tripping again. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how I kind of felt. I was just like, yo, it's just another example of someone else. Now, here, the bigger question is, here's where I think the onus lies. Right? I don't expect Bill Maher or these people in the media to have certain respect for the word in their behavior. I expect us to be the ones to make it such that they felt that it wouldn't be in their best interest to use that word, right? Because we don't do that. So if you take, people always say, he wouldn't have said that about the Jews. You know why? Because the Jews won't have that shit. He wouldn't have said that about this people. He wouldn't have said that about this race. They would never said that. You know why? Because those people won't have that. They'll hit you in the pockets real quick. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. So we'll just sit there and we let people use that word, or I feel like the N word, and it's all a carry. It's in the public domain now. I'm trying to explain what I mean. It's so much a part of our culture. Like, we've lost control of it. It's just a part of our culture. So that joke did not surprise me that he said that, because if you're a comedian, your job is to think really fast and say, what is the best thing that I can come up with in this situation? And you go down the list and you do that analysis really, really fast. The faster you do it, the better comic you did. He did the processing and came up with that answer. That's when I saw it, I said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I see why he did it. And I think that's what Leonie was saying from a comics perspective. She kind of sees how he did it. But, yo, until that is a problem for anyone to say that, it's going to keep happening. So, I'm not going to look at white folks or anyone else and say it's their responsibility to curb that, because it's not going to happen. If we don't curb it and make it a problem, now we can't say, oh, every time a white person says something, we punch him in the mouth. How far is that going to go? And is that working for you? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. Oh, you say the word, we're going to punch you in the mouth. Really now. First of all, you do that, you're going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have big problems. I think there's something that we haven't done from our own perspective in our culture, which is allowing it. It's on us.
Let me dissect
There's a comment from Sarah Bubble.
All right, we're going to get to that. Let me dissect your comment, please. Let me dissect your comment. First off, you said can't get fired because that's his show. I call bullshit, because that was Paula Dean's show and she got fired. And the Clippers owner, that was his team and he got fired. That was his team. He owned that team. He owned, or part of that team.
Under the NBA, though.
Under the NBA. Okay, so and that was his team, right? Did he lose the team? Yes, he did. Did Paula Dean, what was that called? What was the cooking show? It was called the Paula Dean Cooking Show. She was on the show. That was her show. Did she get fired? Food Network, flat out. You done. So, Bill, I'm sorry. From a comic point of view, I understand what both of y'all are saying, because like I said, I love to tippy toe that edge, but everybody knows there's a time and a place. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something. There's a joke that I do that I hate to this day, but I had to change it. And I used the N-word, and I was black. I'm a black. And I felt that I should be able to use it because it's my word. It's like a fat comedian saying something about fat people. But I couldn't use it because so many people got so offended and all that other stuff. And due to that, I missed out on I had to redo the joke. I didn't get into this contest, whatever. It made me bitter about comedy. I do this joke. I keep this joke as a reminder that some people are jealous that you can use the word and they can't. So.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I know that you're trying to make that point.
I want to say I don't agree with what he said. It's a mistake. He made a mistake.
But
on public television.
But it comes. The mistake is, you said there's a repercussion for you. You didn't tell that joke. You stopped telling it because it cost you something. There was a repercussion for you telling that joke. So you said, this is not working in my favor. I'm going to readjust what I'm doing because you saw.
Yeah, but I felt, to be honest with you, I felt like I shouldn't have to readjust it. But the problem was, though, is somebody of another color was offended. I'm going to be real. A person of another color was mad because I could use it and they couldn't. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But here's the thing. There's certain things that some comics can do that I can't. Like, I can't do fat jokes. Or, for example, we have a whole bunch of different comedians that have certain different things that are wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? A few of them I look up to. Like, one of my favorite comics, the local, is Mike Murray. He's a deaf comic. So he can make it in front of deaf people because he is deaf. Would I do it? No. Would I love to touch on it? Possibly, but I wouldn't do it because I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But me being black and being a comic, whatever, I feel like I should be able to say the word, but I wasn't due to the fact that somebody else of another color couldn't use it because put it this way, because it's like a woman, she could talk about her struggle. It's like a Jewish comic. If he's a Jew and he's talking about Jewish problems, whatever, you don't say nothing to him because, hey, you know what, he has that or whatever. But there's some people that are jealous because they can't use that word or go that far. So they be, oh, that was put it this way, I was told, oh, that was racist. And I was like, well, I made it towards us, whatever. And it put it this way, at the end of the day, another person told me, hey, listen, they're just mad because they can't use it and you could.
Yeah, some things you just gotta just say. Hey,
so I said, okay.
You gotta exit the
door. Yeah, so I said, okay, I won't use the N-word. I said, I won't use the N-word. And I'll flip the joke and I'll switch it, whatever, but I never forgot that day. And it made me be a better comedian, whatever, but I didn't feel like I was in Bill's position. You know what I'm saying? Well, put it this way, Bill has a different platform. He should know better. You know what I'm saying? Bill Maher, he has a different platform. He should know better. And if I fit what's right is right. If Paula Dean lost her job,
so you're saying if it wasn't Bill Maher, if it was a say for example, you were the interviewer. A black man was interviewing this senator, and he said, I ain't know how I'm a house nigga. It's okay for him to say that?
Yeah, he's black.
See,
because he's black.
I think that word, the N-word, should be pulled. I mean, the fact that I said it without flinching was hard done. I think it should just be pulled off altogether because it got a negative thing to it.
The point I'm saying is what's okay is what the people's going to stand for. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What you're willing to allow.
Paula Dean and these people, you know why they got a problem with the Food Network? Because the Food Network didn't want to be associated with that because it affects their bottom line. It's all about money. Trace everything back to money. No one cares. That's what I'm saying. Bill Maher, if he's getting away with it, it's because it's a different situation and a different impact on the network.
Well, he's not going to get away with it.
Whoever's paying him, if they're affected, then it's going to be a problem. If they're not paying him, then he's gonna. That's why I said if it's different, if it's his own show.
Me personally, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not offended. I'm not offended he used the word. What I'm offended is you can't punish one person and not punish the other. If you're gonna punish one,
there is no
you
one
gotta
punisher.
punish all.
There's no one punisher.
Nah, man, they're all in the networks. They all work together. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're gonna punish one, you gotta punish all. Or if you're not gonna punish them, then don't punish them at all.
If Bill Maher affects somebody's money, he'll be punished.
Oh,
if it doesn't affect their money, he can go ahead and do what he needs to do.
Oh, he will be. He will be. Let's be real.
It's all about the dough.
True. Sarah says we live in a very sensitive world, and we do. But we see it all the time. We see it all the time when it comes to. I mean, this whole thing with when I was watching that whole the Lavar Ball interview, if you listen to the words, they're like kind of edging him to the edge to put him under, like the way that they interview him, the way that
he was set up. That was a setup interview.
It was a setup, but if you watch across the board, if you watch all of the media, the CNNs, the Fox, especially Fox, they'll say, when there's something going on, when there's a melee going on, they're like, oh look, the white population is standing for their rights, right? Mm-hmm. They're protesting, and if it's a backlash population, what do they say instead?
It's the whole thing with Katrina, right? When they're like, oh look, white folks found some food to eat.
Oh, and the black people, they was scrimmaging and stealing stuff.
Right? So
how you stealing in a hurricane?
Always a negative thing.
What?
Split across the board, social and media and social media. Mm-hmm. My thing is, if you pull it out all together from everybody and just squash it and don't use it, fine. I was singing happy birthday to him and you slipped out. He said, you called me that. I'm like, did you just call me the N-word?
Sure enough,
so what does that mean for you? But what does it mean?
What
though?
The N-word, I'm gonna be honest with you, the N-word, like I said, the N-word for me is a different. The N-word for me is a different situation. See, because I know the history of the N-word.
Why'd you call me the N-word?
I know what it means. I know what the N-word truly means. I know where it comes from. I know where it originates. I'll get that. Somebody, go ahead.
Sarah Barbosa's got a lot to say
Oh, you ain't got it right there.
She could have called in though.
Sarah, you should have called in. You could have called in. You can still call in if you like to. But she said, I have a question for Anthony. What is your question?
Yes, question, please.
And if you want to call in on this, you can call in.
She should call in.
Yeah, you should call in. Matter of fact, you can inbox us. Inbox me or Dale or somebody.
Not you.
Tell her if you want to call in to inbox me and I'll.
Oh, she said she can't. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, she's at work.
Well, what's your question for me? What you got for me? But anyway, tell me what she said.
Ferguson riots, everyone stole and looted, and everyone colored protesting because what happened was BS. That's Brian Harrington.
What did he say to Ferguson?
Yep.
Sarah Barbosa has a show soon.
All right, while you guys figuring that out, let me say this.
But my
right?
question,
So, about 10 years ago, I was working at this place. This is going back on your comment where you said you have a different perspective what the word is. Let me kind of give an example of how I feel similar to you, right? So about 10 years ago, maybe more, it's about 14, 15 years ago, I'm working at this job, and there's a white guy I knew, and I remember we were in a car. Cool white guy. He's not the issue. But he asked me a question. He said, how come it's okay for you guys to say the N-word and not white people, right? And so the explanation I gave him was simple. I said, you look, if I'm in the store and I see a bunch of women sitting around and one of the girls picks up the last pocketbook and the other girl says, oh, you bitch. You know, that's between them. I can't be stupid enough to think that I should be able to walk up there and just say, oh yeah, why you pick up the pocketbook, bitch? You know? like why do I feel like I could say that? You know, and then this is the explanation I gave to him. I said, here's the difference. You have to understand. If a white person called me the N-word, I know the thought process. If you call me the N-word, here's what happened in your head. You went down, you came up with a list of things. You said, I want to disrespect this person. I'm angry at this person. I want to find the most meanest thing that I can say to this person right now, because that's my goal. So I'm going to go down my list and pick out the things that I'm going to say. I know I'm going to call him nigger. See, now, if I'm chilling with my boys, or if a lady's chilling with their girls and they're saying bitch and this and that, they didn't go through that same thought process. So I'm saying, so if you sit there and you call me that word, it's not the word. It's just the word. It's just 6 characters or whatever it is.
It's how you use it.
But I know that when you use it because you wanted to insult me. You're basically saying to me, hey you, I'm wishing on you the deepest insult that I can think of.
Okay.
Which means, okay, so that means you want perhaps to get punched in the mouth, because otherwise you wouldn't have gone and said that, and that's why you can't use the word. Right. So that's kind of how I feel.
So go ahead, read that for me because you're closer. So
my question is,
Sarah Barbosa,
if you are going to be using it often and so passionately, shouldn't you be schooling people on the true meaning? That was the question.
Okay.
Should I repeat that?
Yeah.
So if you are going to be using it often and so passionately, shouldn't you be schooling people on the true meaning of the word, the N-word?
Okay, and what did Brian say?
And Sarah keeps going. At the end of the day, the N-word is used loosely, and we as blacks, we tend to feel so strongly about how we can use it and others can't.
Okay.
Right.
Y'all want the history of the word? I'll give you the history of the word. I'll give you the history of the word. You ready? I'm going to go from current all the way back, but I'm going to make it quick. Okay, so the word nigger comes from the word negro. The word negro means black, so we get all the way to the Latin, where you would call black beans and all that other stuff. So, black beans and stuff like that. It was translated all the way through there. But now if we go take the Latin language, and we go before that, because everybody thinks the Latin language is the earliest language. The word nigga comes from the word nagas, Naga, N-A-G-G-A, nagas. Nagas meant black kings from African tribes. They would call nagas. If you even look at a lot of the Asian culture, especially I think a certain Asian, because they paint themselves all black. They're called the Naga tribe. It meant black kings and queens. Like I said, every time a race, especially if it's European, they take something, they flip it to make it derogatory. But the word Naga meant black kings and queens.
I was just listening to Brother Rich on UGI yesterday. He had a gentleman on there that was breaking that down. He actually said that yesterday.
The word Naga comes, it means black kings and queens. It's of a Naga tribe, the black tribe. It was meant in the form of royalty. Mm-hmm. So now when you translate it down, just like I said, the swastika, nobody even knows what the swastika really means.
You called me a queen when I was singing Spanish. Definitely, you're like, my queen. That's what you're calling me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So like to say,
that.
so if the problem is people want to look at a dictionary and they think that the dictionary, it means ignorant. No, whatever the case may be. No, I study words. I study ophthalmology. I study locations of words, prefix, suffix, root words, where they come from. A lot of these words that you think you're saying right now, they're actually the definition of the meaning or how you use them in a sentence don't even mean none of that. Like I said, the word Naga is a translation to the word Negro, which ended up becoming a translation to the word nigga.
So she said, so let's start using the word Naga.
Why you think why you think we put the A at the end of nigga? That's why a lot of people put their A there. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because like I said, an A, and you also got to know that your vowels are always interchangeable. So an E can turn into an A, can turn into whatever. In most languages. So, like I said, that's where the word comes from. So in order to strip a people of their power and their essence, the best thing to do is take something that they treat as royalty, change it, flip it, and make it bad. Just like the swastika. Swastika meant peace. It was a divine symbol. It was an African symbol. So if you notice, you'll see people from, I want to say it right, in Cuba. Mm-hmm. I think they're Cubans. Mm-hmm. They're very dark-skinned. You'll see them with a swastika. If you don't know any better, you'll question, why does this dark-skinned person have a swastika on him? Mm-hmm. If y'all don't know what a swastika is, you know what a swastika is, right? You'll sit there and go, why does this dark-skinned person have the swastika on him? There's a reason why, because that symbol belonged to the dark-skinned people first, and then it got changed over. Mm-hmm. So put it this way, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. So when I hear that word, before I used to let it offend me until I really seen what it was and what it is. It's designed, the word now is designed to be derogatory, but you got to understand that before that word was derogatory, it was a beautiful word. It meant kings and queens. So that's why that's why I feel like a black person can say it amongst another black person if they know the meaning.
Well, I agree with her. We just say it Naga. That's it.
He said, are the schools educating the kids enough?
Oh, we're not even gonna go there, Brian. That's a whole other thing. They're not
to
even.
What? No.
Yeah.
To what?
I mean, we still celebrating Columbus Day. Columbus raped and pillaged my ancestors. So they're never gonna be teaching the right history, because in doing so, it's giving up the truth. And when they give up the truth, they let go of power. When you let go of power, then what happens is you empower the people. So school systems, give me a break.
It ain't about that. It's about leave black people alone. Let them do their thing, man. If you see people doing
do you think he should be fired, guys?
Bill Maher? It's his own show, man. It's whatever, man. Don't watch Bill Maher. Even if he's fired, it still don't mean that he gonna change the way he feel about you if you feel like he feel a certain way. Let him do what he does, man. That's his platform. Let him do his thing. People are gonna fire him. If the money stops coming and people start advertising with them or whatever because of that, then it's gonna pay. If it doesn't, that just shows you what the advertisers place their value on. At the end of the day, for me, it always comes back to we have to appreciate and respect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Sure. We have to hold ourselves up. We got to stop trying to look to other people and cultures to thinking that their water's wetter. You know what I mean? Their ice is colder, and appreciate what we're doing, man. Simple as that. It's really that simple to me. I mean, it's a very complex thing to do, but at the end of the day, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in if what's good for one should be good for the other. If Paula Deen lost her show, and the dude lost the Clippers, and you don't see Kramer doing any more comedy shows or whatever the case may be. What? I say, hey, if what's good for the geese is good for the gander. If they fired all these other people for saying it, then hey, you know what? But I think it was
malicious. They had malicious background. It was malicious. He was just trying to be funny, and then sometimes I've seen it, and it wasn't funny.
There was a different context also.
Hey,
right.
There was a different context.
I look at it like this.
And CNN could have bleeped it out, and they didn't. So CNN's more at fault than wait, who was it? Was it CNN? What episode? What network?
I don't know.
I see it like this. If I did a joke about rape or abortion on a Lifetime channel,
oh my God,
that would be offensive, right? That would be offensive.
I don't
Some
even
stuff is just offensive.
I don't think jokes
Some
about
jokes-
rape is funny. I don't think jokes. Anytime.
I would never
a
do that, but I'm just
population
saying.
Anytime a population cannot protect themselves, like anything, so it gets to the point, like as we produce our own shows, we're gonna have to like put on bars like you can't do this, you can't and you feel badly, but at the same time, there's certain jokes that's just not funny. Like for example, that whole concert thing. When that happened, people started flying. I'm like, whoa. You know, people lost their lives last night, and today you're joking about that? That is not funny. You're being total beeps. I said.
Hey, at the end of the day, if at the end of the day, you got, as a comedian, you got to know where, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wouldn't do no jokes about, so there's just certain stuff I don't do. You know what I mean? I like being edgy, but there's just certain stuff I don't do. Like I don't touch no rape jokes. I don't touch no abortion jokes. I don't touch no.
But he did apologize because he
you know what I'm
realized
saying? Like,
wrong.
but here's the thing: you just gotta know when and where you are with certain stuff. Thank you, Dale. There's certain time. Don't get me wrong. Like, yo, I've seen comedians do it. But you know what I mean? He could apologize all he wants, but like I said, what's right for one should be right for the other, man. If you get in trouble, you get in trouble. You gotta take your punishment, man. Whatever comes his way, you gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Imagine me in front of a bunch of Jewish people, and I do the really derogatory joke in front of Jews. They would be upset.
But to say that this person should be fired says that you're looking for someone external to make them pay for that.
Well, I'm not saying he got to be fired, but he needed something. He needs something. He might not get fired, but maybe dock his pay, do something.
But you're looking to someone else to do that for you. My point is,
we don't pay attention to him. Punish him yourself. Either way.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll boycott him.
If you had a problem with it, I can't boycott him because I don't watch Bill Maher.
Yeah, I don't watch him neither.
I'm already boycotting. I
don't watch him neither.
I'm already, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. And from a comedy's perspective, check it out, man. It's kind of weird, right? Everyone will sit here and tell you Mark Twain is like a genius, right? Mark Twain's a genius, and I don't know. I didn't know the word nigger until they had me read Huckleberry Finn in class, being the only black dude in class. So, I mean...
Huck Finn.
Yo, he really said I'm triple cautious about putting clothes and laundry baskets because of Anthony. I don't know what, man. I don't know what that means.
Whites and colors.
The whole thing of what are you putting in? I don't know.
Oh,
colors separate. Okay, good.
Colors and whites. Yeah.
Because you do have that joke about the hamper, but okay.
Yeah.
So
I
mean, I don't know. I guess we have.
I mean, it's a sensitive topic, but at the end of the day, he should have been more. You know, sometimes you got to be aware.
People
you got to be aware.
And
my joke. Okay, I got you.
But because people, you know, he's a public figure and he made a mistake. I've seen people make mistakes as well. I've seen comedians that are white comedians using the N-word, and it's just I don't think it's funny when anyone uses the word.
Does it work? When you see
No.
Nah.
You know why? Because they don't seem comfortable. It's not flowing. When they say it, they hiccup.
That's the thing.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're not flowing.
Yep.
They're like, you could tell they're uncomfortable saying it, but they say it anyways. I'm like,
that means they're cowards.
Yeah.
So.
But
that's all she wrote.
What happened?
You final statement?
Oh, I want to say
thank you all for
thank you.
comments.
I want to give a shout out to Sarah Barboza. She has a beautiful voice. Sarah, if you can tell us where you're gonna be at, whatever. But anyway, she's a very, very beautiful Cape Verdean woman. If you've seen her, you would be like, oh my goodness, she's very beautiful. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice, man. She can sing from Cape Verdean, Creole to Zouk to Caramba to Fanana.
I think I've met her. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's at Sierra's. She's been at Sierra's a lot or whatever. She has a beautiful voice. She probably been at 10 Rocks. She's very known in the Cape Verdean community. So.
Well, thank you for your input, Sarah, for sure.
Yeah, so she's very good. So, check her out. You know, she's a great people. Also give a shout out to Brian. Brian, man, he is. Yeah, everybody knows. We always talk about Odie's Place. He's always saving animals and doing all that other stuff.
Saving dogs. Yeah.
And he did a few podcasts too. So I want to give a shout out to them on the live. You guys had a lot of good information.
This show's dropping today, so you can talk about your family show, June 17th.
Okay, well, yeah. Sarah said she's gonna be from 6 to 9. She's gonna be at Terraza
on Douglas Pike
in Smithfield. So check her out, man. She got a voice that's like honey, and like I said, she can go English, Spanish, Creole, whatever. It's that's why she ain't call in. She ain't call in because she wanted to keep that moisturized and preserved. She's been putting cocoa butter and olive oil on her throat all morning, just keeping it nice and soft, and having candles with a steam machine, just keeping everything airy and stuff. So, yeah, man, check out our stuff. Yeah.
That's it.
June 17th.
June
Family-
17th.
Family affair.
Cape Verde and Progressive
It's a
Cliff.
family affair.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah, man. In
What?
closing-
Am I saying that wrong? Am I singing it wrong?
You shouldn't sing at all.
Cállate la boca.
You're
Bye, peace.
burning my eardrum.
All right.
Ah! Ugh.
Peace, niggas.